Welcome back, everyone. We are looking up to the south on our Coronado Skycam here, waiting for that snow to move in roughly an hour to an hour and a half. So far here in the metro, we are dry but cloudy. First alert weather day continues tonight into tomorrow morning because we're gearing up for heavy snow. Here's what it looks like in parts of South Dakota at this time. This is a snapshot from the South Dakota DOT along Highway 10. That's near Lake City, South Dakota. Visibility is greatly reduced. That road becoming slick and snowy. Here's a snapshot along I-29, Sisseton, South Dakota. So that's within our viewing area here, and that heavy snow is lifting in from the south. We've got a couple waves of heavy snow that we're watching. Those separate areas of the dark blues and the whites, you can see them more distinctly here. And I talked a minute ago about these dark blue white spots. That's called bright banding. That's where the snowfall rates are quite intense at this time. The northernmost band here moving through places like New York Mills, Perham, Pelican Rapids, exiting Rothsay at this time, right over Colfax, lifting into Barnesville, Kindred, and Frazee. The next band still in South Dakota, exiting Sisseton, where we just saw on that DOT cam, currently crossing through Veblen, lifting up into the North Dakota, South Dakota state line. And that next band of the heaviest, most intense snow currently in between Aberdeen and Watertown, that'll be lifting into Marshall and Roberts County of South Dakota here within an hour or two. So here's what you can expect tonight. There will be a couple bands that we're seeing now of heavy snow, 1 to 2 inches per hour, not out of the question tonight. By around 8, 9 o'clock, we're watching this area of heavy snow that, again, is currently down in between Aberdeen and Watertown, South Dakota. That'll be moving it through southeastern North Dakota, moving through the FM area around 9 to 11 o'clock, and then moving through Lakes Country of Minnesota between 11 and midnight. And it exits up into northern Minnesota before daybreak. So most of the snow, good news, is gone and out of here before the morning commute for most of us, but it's going to be a slick and snowy and icy commute. And as this system moves through, we'll see some brief gusty winds. The extent to which we will see blowing and drifting snow is lower than the last several rounds of wintry weather, simply because, well, one, the winds won't be quite as strong, and two, this is such a heavy, wet snow, it'll take a lot more wind to blow it around, which we simply won't have. But patchy areas of blowing snow possible. The greatest areas of reduced visibility expected as that snow is falling later tonight. Once the snow is done and out of here, we are left with some breezy conditions for tomorrow, decreasing clouds later in the day, and overall temperatures in the 20s for our Wednesday. Here's a look at that snowfall potential by tomorrow morning. So once it exits, we're still watching that wide area of at least 4 inches of snow here in the dark blue, but 4 to 8, and watching for those narrow bands to set up of 7 to 11 inches of snow. Lesser amounts in the Northern Valley, Grand Forks around 1 to 4, and just to the south and east, places like Douglas and Grant counties expected to see those lesser amounts of snow as well. Same thing up in the Devil's Lake Basin. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon, once the snow exits, again widely in the 20s, a few of us near those low 30s. For tomorrow in Fargo, we'll start our day in the low 20s, and we'll stay in the 20s for most of our day. Your planning forecast shows quieter conditions for several days. Haven't had to say that in a while. Can't rule out a flake or two on Saturday and perhaps a few flakes Tuesday and Wednesday. But Bobby, right now, I'm not seeing any more snowstorms in our forecast.
That is music to our ears.
It's been a long time coming, it feels.
Summer or spring and summer are definitely here. I think we can always say after these first couple of weeks, I'm already thinking optimistically about that.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
Summer, thank you so much.